he has more knowledge about the way that the human body works than 99% of medical doctors out there. It's really amazing. The testing, the diagnostics, what he uses in his office, it's not what you would picture in the office of a chiropractor. He is really amazing. And we've even referred cancer patients to him from in our central Tennessee area, go all the way up to Kentucky to see Dr. Harmon because he knows what he's doing. He's a 1997 graduate of Palmer College of Chiropractic in Iowa. He founded the Chiropractic Wellness Way Center in Morganfield, Kentucky. He specializes in optimizing peak performance. His motto is, we don't guess, we test. And I saw that firsthand in his office. And it is on this model that continually drives him and his team to study and implement the most powerful, revealing health tests on the planet and to match those results with specific protocols to achieve optimal results. He lives in Kentucky with his wife, Carrie, 5 amazing kids, 2 dogs, and 3 cats. And by now, the 3 cats have probably multiplied into many more cats. We see that in our house. Today, he'll be talking about the autonomic nervous system's role in cancer prevention and reversal. So please give it up for Dr. Terry Harmon.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you all. It's been an amazing event. Super stoked to get to share today. When I initially found out I was speaking on Sunday, I didn't necessarily love it. I was like, I just want to present and then be able to kick back throughout the weekend. But now that it's come to this time, it's perfect. It's God's timing, right? And one thing I'll kind of share in advance is that if you have something to take notes on them. We're going to jump around, but I'm going to hopefully invite you and implore you to go home and get to work on some things. Fair enough? So let's get started here. So the title of the presentation is the Autonomic Nervous System's Role in Cancer Prevention and Reversal. And as I share that with people who don't have much knowledge on it, what we see a lot of times is they're like, I didn't know really there was much of a link. Well, let's see if we can find one. So the parasympathetic nervous system, and primarily the vagus nerve, informs the brain about multiple signals and returns the body back to what? So there'll be a little participation here as well, right? Returns the body back to what?
Homeostasis.
So homeostasis is a state of balance, right? Back to the way we were designed. Recent studies have shown that vagal nerve activity independently predicts prognosis in cancer. So I'm going to go through that again. Vagal nerve activity independently predicts prognosis in cancer. When vagal nerve activity is high, cancer stage no longer predicts what? Tumor burden. Indexed by heart rate variability, cancer stage may no longer be important. So you're going to see over here, if you have an active vagus nerve, this is all peer-reviewed medical research. So you can find all of this on PubMed, right? So sometimes, Ty mentioned the word quack. Heck, all of us who have spoken here this weekend have been called quacks by somebody, right? Sometimes, a whole lot of times. But when we look here, we're actually looking at the research on the body. So really important. And then my question to you would be, how is your vagus nerve status like now? Like, let's see a show of hands. Who knows definitively, no, seriously, who knows definitively that they've tested within the last 24 hours and they know their status? Raise your hand. So, the lights are right over there, but I know I talked to someone earlier. Not one person in here knows their vagus nerve status. Hashtag, that's not good. Because listen now, vagal nerve activity independently predicts prognosis in cancer. And if you read the study, it says that regardless of stage, that when people had high vagal nerve activity, they lived and didn't die. They lived and did not die, right? So if we look here, so here's my story. And this is why, for me, it's what really causes, what really reverses, what really prevents cancer, right? And what are the truths? Like, what are they? So, the first picture here is, don't do that. Can we go back one? There you go. First picture here is of my mom. When I was 4 years old, I'm the youngest of 6. When I was 4 years old, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. And being the youngest of 6, my mom and dad had a lot to take care of. Basically, I was told that my mom was sick, and that she was going to be in the bedroom a lot, and that she was going to lose her hair, and she was probably going to be throwing up. So that was my first introduction to cancer. They didn't call it cancer. They just said, Mom's going to be sick. And for the next 14 years, from age 4 to age 18, I saw my mother go through chemotherapy and radiation and bone marrow transplant and just go through this thing, and she's better, and then she would get a prognosis. She's got 2 years, 3 years, 1 year to live. When I was 18, my mother literally died in the hospital and came back to life. So literally, they came and said, your mother's dead, came back to life. It was very, very traumatic on everybody. Well, fast forward, I become a chiropractor, had no interest in cancer at all as far as helping it. I thought that cancer was always going to be cured by, a scientist in a laboratory who's going to come in a pill, right? Much like you all. That's what I thought. Start taking functional medicine courses, start using chiropractic, which I'll teach you about. Learned a lot about detox, walked my mother through some detoxification protocols, and her cancer never came back, right? So I thought, this is it. We literally have found the cure for cancer. And that being a healthy nerve system and removing toxins. And so I didn't really do much with it in my practice other than trying to help people with as much knowledge as I had, as much as I could. And over time, over the last 19 years in particular, we've just had more and more cases of all kinds come into our practice, including a lot of cancer. And then we run into this, which is kids with cancer. Right? It's no fun to see moms pass away with cancer. It's no fun to see anybody pass away with cancer. It's horrific to see kids pass away with cancer. It's horrific. So this is Cam, and I got to meet Cam for just a brief period of time. And this is his mom allowed me to share this. But when Cam came into our practice, he'd already been told he wasn't going to make it. And we ordered some tests, and by the time the test even came back, he had passed away. And so I remember going home, again, when you do this type of work, there's a lot of highs, and then there can be some lows as well. I just remember going home again and just having this conversation with God, just saying, okay, you've got to teach me more. Whatever I don't know, I don't want to be working with people if you're not going to give me the answers to help them. And that's typically how it's worked all along. We'll see some amazing, amazing reversals, stage 4 cancer, just amazing. And then you'll see cases that don't go the way that you want them or hope that they would go. And if you really have a heart for people, that can be tough.
Yeah.
Lastly this is one of our patients, Mercy. She came to us with advanced breast cancer right here. And this is a video, and I asked her permission to share this as well. And same thing, had been given a death sentence. And this was, I think, just about a year to the date when she came in, and she's completely cancer-free, utilizing a lot of the protocols, well, all the protocols that we're going to teach you today, right?